In astrological terms, Saturn is ruling the outside world. Saturn gives you the fruits of your karma, and Saturn is the Yama and decides where you will go after death also, and decides how you will live in this life. Saturn rules destiny. Okay, and Saturn is the devil also. That is why Sun, the father, doesn't like Saturn, the devil. I'm exaggerating and dramatizing. Idea is that there is Sun, the beautiful transcendent Brahman, Atman, and there is Saturn, the shadow side, Chayaputra. It is telling Sun that you are not the sun. You are a laborer. You are the masses. You are a puny little creature on earth, and you will one day die. Right? This is what Saturn says. But Sun says, no, I am Atman, I am Brahman, I am eternal, I am immortal. I will not die. So Sun, the father, is the Atman, and Saturn, the son, is this child of ignorance. Chaya was the mother, no? That is the mythology. Chaya was the mother. Sun produced Saturn, by communing with Chaya. His real wife had produced her Chaya, and he thought Chaya is his wife. But that was the Maya of his wife. Okay. And he had sex with that Maya, and Saturn was produced. But since it was the child of Maya, illusion, that is why Saturn is like that. So this is a mythological story where the real meaning is Sun is the Atman. He communed with this Maya or this Chaya, which is a illusion. That wife created an illusion. She resembled the wife, but she was not the wife. So idea is that she was not the real wife, a pseudo wife. So pseudo child was produced. And that child has no quality of Sun. Sun is optimism, light, eternal, immortal, the king. But this child thinks that he or she is a laborer, average. He has to survive somehow by eking out an existence. He has to earn his daily bread. Progress is possible only if you work very hard, slow, gradual steps. And Sun says there's nothing to be achieved, no progress to be made. I am the eternal Brahman. The Sun is the God. What will God achieve by growing? I am already the omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent Brahman. So in astrology, what is happening is that we are depicting deep truths as symbols. Atma is depicted as Sun. But in anyone's horoscope, the Sun that you see is not the Atma which is unblemished or completely free. And why that has happened? Because the moon has become trapped. What is moon? Moon is mind. Mind has become trapped by whom? Saturn. Into believing that you are this puny little body and that you will die one day. Saturn has convinced the moon that you are a puny little body. And Saturn comes to judge moon, life after life, even after death. And moon is in a trance, hypnotic trance. Cast by whom? Saturn. No, I'm not talking about Saturn. I'm talking about this whole reality. This whole reality, Saturn is the ruler. Devil is the ruler. It's a game God is playing with himself. So symbolically, in the exterior world, laws, principles, they govern the existence. These laws and principles are created by Saturn. So Saturn is the king outside, in the outside world. Matrix movie. In the Matrix movie, this Neo and one more character is there. Neo is the guide, and the student is his name I forgot. I don't remember.
Morpheus and Neo, right?
Morpheus and Neo, right? Morpheus, yeah. So there is one scene where they inject something into Morpheus, red pill or blue pill, something like that. One pill he chooses, and that pill when he takes, in that dramatization of that scene, his whole head and his whole consciousness, his whole system goes through convulsions because there's tremendously deep churning of the consciousness. And then the new Morpheus, which results from that process, is the enlightened Morpheus. He can see like Neo. Sachit, you have seen the movie, Sachit?
Yes, yes, sir. Neo is the main character. I think Morpheus gives it to Neo, and Neo
Okay.
experiences it. Yeah,
So that pill, after taking the pill, something happens, right?
yeah, yes,
The consciousness becomes completely transformed into enlightened consciousness. So unless you become enlightened, the world seems to be the way Saturn is presenting you. You see limitations everywhere. You see poverty everywhere. You feel anxious. Where will you get your future money? You feel you can lose everything if you don't behave correctly. That is Saturn, pessimistic principle. You become ill. You think doctor will cure you. But if you had the solar consciousness, Amma's consciousness, Sai Baba's consciousness, do you think you need a doctor for curing your physical ailment? The Amma who can cure cancer of other people, she can't cure her own ailment. An avatar is playing with the body, she's only playing with the form. She's only using the body to teach others. Are you following me? There's a novel Alchemist where the San Diego and the Alchemist interaction are beautiful. You must read Alchemist if you have not read. There's a scene where the tribal people are trying to capture both of them. Alchemist becomes the wind and vanishes. San Diego becomes trapped. Okay. There's a beautiful scene in the movie in the story. They both fall on some danger. They're having a adventure together. So Alchemist is the guru and San Diego is the disciple. The guru, being a magician, he simply vanishes as the wind. He becomes the wind and goes away because he's not the body. He has the art of converting his body into wind and it goes away. Very, very touching scene. And San Diego gets trapped. Later he learns himself also. He himself becomes an alchemist. So this is what is the process of real spiritual teaching. And this is the process of real spiritual growth. You are basically trying to learn alchemy. No, they try to convert base metal into gold. Actually, that is a fallacious project. The real project is what happens to you when you are trying to convert base metal into gold. That patience that is required, that transforms you. So idea is that you need to work upon yourself very patiently, very perseverantly, and have a lot of faith in the process. Last time I had told you need knowledge of the right process. Have faith in the process. Remember, then follow the process, then have patience, and results will come. So I will share with you astrological knowledge also, if you don't mind. Now I'll tell you why I'm doing it, because not to make you into predictors, seeing horoscopes and predicting. No, that is not my objective. My objective is that astrology is a great map of the entire process. Right from the body consciousness to divine consciousness, everything can be seen in astrology. Are you with me? The sky around us, the way God has made it, and the heavenly bodies that rotate around us, the sun and all the stars, the planets, they are made intelligently. In this nature, everything affects everything else. It's a fact that these planets and sun affect our consciousness. It's not a fiction. Now we need to know how they affect us. Why we need to know? Because God has made it like that. You can read about a particular incarnated soul's life path, what they are meant to experience, why they are experiencing what they are experiencing, and what is the purpose of this life. If all goes well, what is the wisdom that they need to gain, what is the maturity that they need to gain, what God wants them to learn in this body, in this life. All that can be seen in your horoscope. And the nature of life itself, the tamasic tendencies, the rajasic tendencies, the sattvic tendencies, everything can be seen through astrology. Also, like in music, we have 7 notes. This life is played through the characteristics of each planet. So very quickly, I will take you through all this. So sun is called the king and moon is called the queen in astrology. Why sun is called the king? Because sun is the ruler of the universe. In the solar system, you can see everything is gaining light from sun. And light is the most precious thing. Light is the most precious thing. Now, in this case, sunlight that you see outside is a symbol for the Atma's light inside us. Sun is the Atma. Just like in the solar system, sun is the center and all planets revolve around the sun. In our system, like Rajiv as a system, if you compare Rajiv to a solar system, Rajiv's Atma is the sun. Okay. And Atma is the king, just like sun is the king in the solar system. What it means is that everything else in the solar system is meant to serve the Atma. Because king is the owner, no? King is the owner, right? The whole palace belongs to the king. So sun is the Atma. And if a person understands astrology intelligently, they will understand also that God has made life in such a way that when you become a human, and one day when you become a spiritual seeker, and one day when you meet a real spiritual teacher who has himself become enlightened, then you will learn that you need to give the most importance to your own Atma. That is the king, and that is the meaning of sun being the king in astrology. I am sure, Raj, no one told you this.
Absolutely, sir. I have not read this. Neither anybody told me about
You will
it.
never read about it because
Yes.
only an enlightened astrologer can tell this. So the reason why sun is called the king is this, that you, that is Raj, should give maximum importance to your Atma because your Atma is the king. And who is the Atma? It is you, Raj. You are the Atma. If you don't give maximum importance to your own Atma, which is you, Raj, you are being an utter buffoon, a foolish person. You have been kidnapped into believing that you are a slave. You are not, you are a king. But having learned from me this, don't go and misbehave with your boss in the workplace. This is meant for internal relation, not for outer boasting. This is only a theoretical, hypothetical reality. This is an important learning. You are the king and not the slave. You are doing a job just because you are supporting your family, but you are not a slave. This is very important. Subconsciously start to cultivate this belief system. Right now it's a belief only, but a very good belief system. Start cultivating this. I am the Atma, I am the sun, I am the king, I am not the slave of Saturn. I seek and I desire immortality, and I will get it in this lifetime. Cultivate this belief system. This is solar belief system. Solar belief system will infuse the light of the spirit inside the moon, which is your own mind. Your mind needs a lot of confidence. From whom? From sun. So moon is the queen. Sun is the husband. So in Indian system, without the husband, the wife is the widow, right? Right? She is not even allowed to dress up properly and to decorate herself and do makeup and all. And she is supposed to wear white clothes. What is symbology here? Symbology is that without the sun, moon is a widow. If moon is not experiencing the solar light, she cannot experience herself as a queen. The mind cannot feel the confidence that the queen will feel in her husband's palace. So you as the jiva, the living being, the moon, you are not experiencing this world as the play of your husband, the god. So that is what goddess means. This goddess says, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Kali, they are splendid, powerful, happy. Why? Because they are God's wife. They are the moon. Purnima ka moon, full moon. So in Sanatana dharma, the purpose of life is to become a full moon. So you are the moon and you are the sun. As soul, you are the sun. As living Saju, living person Saju, you are the moon. All your feelings, dreams, hopes, aspirations, desires, they represent the moon. They are the moon. So don't you want to live a glorious life of a glorious moon? A
Yes, sir.
rich life of a rich moon?
Yes, sir.
So don't you want to become rich, beautiful, abundant, filled with joy? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That is what is the purpose of spirituality. To put the sun back on the throne and to have a beautiful life like a moon, full moon. So you are blooming, resplendent in the light of the Atma. That is the purpose of human life. Only human being can attain that. No other creature can attain that. So Shiv Shakti Ekrupinya Nama. Shiv is the sun, Shakti is the food which moon needs to eat to become moon. Amma calls it Amritam. In Amma's ashram, everyone who is given a name, Amritam will be always in the name. Subha Amrita, Chaitanya Amrita, Amrit Sarupananda, Amritanandamayi Devi, Pragyamrita, Jnana Amrita. Any names he will give, Amrita will always be in the name. Why it is like that? She is pointing out to that reality. Which reality? Amritam, nectar. Amritam, there is always discussion about Amritam. The gods want to drink Amrit. In the Samudra Manthan, that Amrit came and Halahal also came and gods wanted to drink Amrit, but this Rahu Ketu started to drink. You remember that story is there, Chandrabhanu story. Literally, there is an Amritam which each one of us needs to drink. I am drinking every day in my meditation. Okay. So if you start drinking that Amritam, you start to bloom like a full moon, day by day, day by day, day by day. It is coming from where? It is coming from your own Atman, the sun. See, look at the moon in the sky. Sometimes becomes full moon and then dwindles and becomes a dark moon. So what God has done, God has made the outer reality in the same way as is the inner reality. So just like the moon outside you can see, it increases and decreases. In the world around you, you will see there are moons of different qualities. Each person is at a different level of fullness. A person who is displaying more qualities of the full moon is more contented and more beautiful and more wonderful and more friendly, and you want to be their friend. If you get married to a full moon, your wife is a full moon, your husband is a full moon, your life is so blissful. Isn't it? Your home will be heaven. But if your wife is a dark moon, she will make your life miserable because she lacks everything. In the heart, there is Shudrata. Shudra, no? She is Sudra. No matter what you will give, she will always feel deprived only. When you are a full moon, you feel satisfied, you feel happy. When you are a dark moon, you are never happy. You are always frustrated. You're like a black hole. No amount of success can make you happy. So to be happy, you need to be a full moon. Or you need to be a fuller moon at least, if not a full moon. More you grow as a moon, more you become happy. Moon is directly proportional to happiness. Sun's light is directly proportional to happiness. Can you decode for me what I am saying, Sachit? When I say that when you become a fuller moon, you become more happy, what am I saying?
So does it mean that when the more you're in touch with your own self, which is the Atman, which is the sun here, or the more you are experiencing, even Atman is equal to the ultimate truth. So the more you're experiencing that truth, the more you're also being a fuller moon. And I'm also connecting it with the other parallel which you also mentioned about Shiva Shakti together, right? Shiva Shakti Ekamaya you were mentioning. So I'm just trying to connect these.
No, you're on the right path, Sachin. Correct. Huh?
Yes, sir. That is what I was thinking.
Yeah. So Shakti is nothing but the power of the Atman to make you stronger, stronger, and more fulfilled day by day. Okay. And all the good qualities blossom naturally in you as you are filled with more and more solar light. That is what is the meaning of Gayathri Mantra also. No, Gayathri Mantra is worshipping of the sun, right? But actually it is worshipping the inner sun, the Atman. It goes Om Bhur Bhuva Swa Tat Savitur Varenyam. That Savitur is sun. Savitur means sun. Savita is the synonym for sun. Savitur Varenyam. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. So it says, Om Bhur Bhuva Swa. That is, Om, that is I am. I am is the name of God. So in a way, it is invoking God, Om. Om Bhur Bhuva Swa. Bhu is earth. Bhuva is the astral plane. Swa is the causal plane. So, Om Bhur Bhu Swa. Om Bhur Bhuva Swa. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Tat means that. That means, O divine. And Savitur is sun. So if you combine all these things together, Om Bhur Bhuva Swa Tat Savitur, till here, it is saying that, O divine light, thou who illumine all the three planes of existence, the earthly existence, the astral plane existence, and the causal plane existence. There is no fourth plane of existence in the Hindu conception. So astral plane means all the heavens and all the hells. Bhur means everywhere where life is manifesting in the material way. For example, even in the whole galaxy or in the whole universe, wherever life is manifesting in a physical form, even what we call aliens, no? Even then they are also physical forms. If they travel in spaceship or something, they are also having a physical form. So life in all the material planets which have, this Prithvi Tattva, not Prithvi, planet, Prithvi Tattva, solid matter. They experience the physical body, no matter from which planet they come. That is Bhu. Om Bhur Bhuva. Astral plane, whether heaven, hell, there may be millions of heavens, millions of hells. Doesn't matter. We're talking about the principle. So all astral planes and all the causal planes. What is the causal plane? In the causal plane, the beings who are there are enlightened beings. They know they are God. Amma and Sai Baba, etc., they are from that plane, causal plane. Okay. So at the causal plane, what happens is you are at the plane of cause. Means you can cause anything to happen. You can produce anything. You become a creator soul. So that sloka goes Om Bhur Bhuva Swa Tat Savitur. So O divine light. Savitur is divine light, O divine sun, who illumines all the three planes of existence. So Om Bhur Bhuva Swa Tat Savitur Varenyam. I choose you. Varenyam means the girls used to offer their garland to the husband whom they choose in a swamvar. So that is to marry. I marry you, I choose you. Om Bhur Bhuva Swa Tat Savitur Varenyam. I choose you, I marry you, O my Lord. Bhargo Devasya, O most delightful God. Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. In my intellect, in the cave of my mind, where my intellect resides, there you shine. No, Prachodayat. Yona is that cave. In the cave of my mind, you come and shine and illumine my mind with the divine self-knowledge, so that I become illumined by your true light, so that I become a Atma Jnani. That is the meaning of Gayathri Mantra. How beautiful that is. So if the Gayathri Mantra becomes fulfilled in you, you become a glorious sun moon, Shiv Shakti. Okay? Now I'll go quickly. So sun is the king, moon is the queen. Now look at the days of the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So sun is the moon, Sunday. Moon is the Monday. Sunday, Monday. Now Tuesday. Tuesday is basically, it belongs to Mars. It's called Mangalvar in Sanskrit. Mangal is Mars. So planet Mars, it depicts willpower. So when you experience yourself as an earthy body, when you are a moon, which is not developed moon, what do you think? You think your light is not full enough, not complete enough. You don't feel so much confidence. So anything that you need to attain, you will attain through your willpower. That is why, Mangal is called, or Mars is called Bhumiputra, or Bhauma is called Bhumiputra. Bhumiputra, Earth's child. So in Earth, if you want to live in peace, you have to forge a village out of the jungle, isn't it? To protect yourself from the tiger, you have to build a house. You have to cultivate technology. So all these efforts that you make to build a happy life using your willpower, that is Mangal, Mars. So science, technology, mathematics, logic, everything belongs to Mars. Or willpower, guts, courage, strength, stamina, all that is Mars. You need that to make a happy living in Earth. Hostile circumstances of Earth, you need the Martian energy to build a good life for yourself. And that is why it is Moon's first son. Mars is Moon's first child, most beloved child. Without a strong Mars, Moon cannot have a good life. That is, you cannot have a good life. Then going forward, you need Mercury, Budhvar. Budhvar belongs to Mercury. What is Mercury? Mercury is simple intellect. How brilliant your intellect is. Your buddhi. Without buddhi, without intelligence, can you build a good life, Saju?
No, sir. Not at
So
all.
you need a sharp intellect. So buddhi. But don't you need a teacher to teach your buddhi?
Sure.
That is Brihaspati, Guru. Thursday, Guruvar. So when Mars and Mercury are ready, and Moon is also ready, loves the teacher, Moon loves the teacher, and this Moon, that student, also has a good buddhi and a good willpower, then the teacher appears. So that is why saying is, when the disciple is ready, the master appears. That is what it means. When the disciple is ready, master appears. When disciple is craving knowledge, has enough intellect, has enough sankalpa sakti, willpower, the correct master, the correct teacher appears. The Brihaspati appears. Now who is Brihaspati? Brihaspati is the mantri. Mantri means the counselor, the teacher. So in Sun's kingdom, no, Sun was the kingdom. Moon was the queen. Mars was the elder son. Mercury was the second son. Two children, Sun and Moon produced. And then the Jupiter came, the mantri came, the teacher came to teach all this family. Self-realized being came to teach this family. Then as a result of this, what happened? This family became cultured. Venus, Sukravar. So with great culture, what happens? The life becomes more beautiful, more lavish, more luxurious, more rich, more happy. Venus is happiness. Sukravar, beauty, elegance, harmony, joy, music, art, culture, everything is Venus. Everything that makes life worth living is Venus, Sukravar. It's happiness principle. Moon can become happy only by gaining more and more Venus, richness. Okay. Then what happens? The one discordant node, which is the Saturn. Saturn says, all this is Maya, you are my victim. I rule you and I will give you death. I will give you chronic disease. I will give you pessimism. I will tell you are a slave. I will give you a job in my organization and I will rule you. I'm your boss. I make all the laws. Law of karma belongs to me. If you violate dharma, I'll punish you. So Saturn is there to force you to adhere to dharma. Is Saturn evil in overall schema? No, it is not evil. Because there are many childish souls who will disturb other people. Saturn is made by God to keep them on the right path and not disturb others. So Saturn is good initially in the path till you become enlightened. But once you become enlightened, you understand what it is. If you are not enlightened, every day slow progress is the way to go. But after you become enlightened, that is not necessary. You have gone beyond all principles. You have found the root cause of the entire creation. Okay. So this is the whole family. And then Rahu Ketu, what it is? Rahu is illusion. Whenever you fall a victim to any illusion, that is Rahu. When you think false to be true, that is Rahu. Okay. So if you feel happiness is outside, that is Rahu. If you feel that you cannot live without a girlfriend, that is Rahu. Anything which is false in nature and you believe it is true is Rahu. Right? And what is Ketu? Ketu is that deep angst, that deep frustration, that deep desire to break free and find out what is true, what is real. Desire for liberation, that is Ketu. That is why Ketu always separates people from whatever they are most attached to. When any person runs the Ketu Dasa, Ketu will bring all kinds of miseries. Why? Because he doesn't want you to get bogged down on earth. It wants you to break free. It says enough is enough. He only wants the Amritam, which Rahu has drunk. In that story, Chandra Bhanu was separated into two parts. The head part was Rahu and the torso part was the Ketu. So that nectar was drunk by Chandra Bhanu, it reached till the throat. But below that, it could not reach. But Vishnu separated them and threw them opposite to one another, 180 degrees opposite to one another. So it is believed that Ketu is chasing Rahu all the time. Because Rahu has the Amritam, Ketu doesn't have. So Ketu's main hunger is for Amritam, which is the nectar of enlightenment, nectar of divine light. Okay. So this is in a nutshell the entire life process in a rudimentary manner. Now just see how beautiful it is. I mean, you need life, or when you see life, these are the elements in life, no? Like 7 notes of the music. Like, sun is what? Confidence, brightness, optimism. Moon is what? Desire for, peace, happiness. Mars, using your willpower to make a good life. Mercury, using your brains, using your intellect to build a good life. Jupiter, love for wisdom, trying to inform yourself with more and more wisdom. Venus, this happiness, all is car, bangla, luxuries, money, your bank balance, all that is Venus property. Saturn is the discipline principle. And then Rahu Ketu, illusion and the desire for liberation. So this is what it is. So in many ways it depicts the 9 elements with which life is played, the game of life is played.